Hi guys, welcome to Rock Bottom Airsoft. It's good to see you again. If it's your first time here, then it is good to see you and I hope you're going to stick around. Okay, well, we're back on a midweek video, and as many of you know, keep going on about this, but normally my midweek videos would be a gameplay video, but unfortunately, as many of you know, I am still injured. I've been unable to go out to my regular games, so unfortunately we're going to have to do another studio video this week. We do always do studio videos at the weekend. I always upload on a weekday. Midweek, normally on a Wednesday for a gameplay video, which is today. And I normally upload at the weekend, usually on a Saturday, with a discussion about all things airsoft, replica reviews, gear reviews, tech, everything in between. So if you're enjoying my series of videos, then do please subscribe to the channel. That way you won't miss any of my uploads. And we'll get into today's video with that out of the way. Now, what we're going to look at today. Well, recently there was a comment on one of my videos about Tri-shot spring replica shotguns. And if anybody would use them in a woodland game, for example, as well as CQB games. Now, I myself have used this particular Tri-shot shotgun in lots of woodland games, as you all know that follow me. I do normally play woodland, and I have used this shotgun quite a few times. I've got quite a few gameplay videos of this shotgun in use in the field. So I'll put a link in the description to those videos if you haven't seen them already, where you can see me running around trying my very best with this shotgun. I will confess it's not the easiest thing in the world, a woodland game with a spring-powered Tri-shot shotgun, but it's enormous fun, and that's what Airsoft's all about, having fun. So what are we looking at here? Well, today I thought we'd just have a look at one of my Tri-shot shotguns, and also we'd have a brief discussion on why I think they're such a good replica to have in your collection and why I think they're worthwhile. So let's get straight into it. The shotgun that we're looking at here, this is a Cyma. It's from their CM350 range. This is a full metal one. I think they're normally designated by an M in the serial number there. So it'd be CM350M or whatever. This particular one is a full-length replica of an M870 shotgun. It's got the Magpul furniture on it as well. The Magpul furniture is obviously replica. It's not the real stuff. But it, you know, I liked it because it makes it look kind of tactical. It's quite a large shotgun. It's quite long. Looking back, I maybe wouldn't have gone with the full length for gameplay, but I did think it looked cool, and that's all part of it, isn't it? So yeah, so this one here, full metal, Magpul furniture, spring powered, Tri-shot. Now what do we mean by Tri-shot? Basically all we mean is that every time you pull the trigger on this replica, it will fire 3 shots. And I don't mean a 3-round burst like you might have on an AR pattern replica with a MOSFET fitted. What I mean is it fires 3 BBs all at once. And those BBs will spread out similar to a shotgun spray. You can get gas shotguns, but we're not going to look at those today. That's something I'm looking to add to my collection in the future, and they have different variants of gas shotguns, such as shell ejecting and ones with selectable fire, so you can do 3 or 6 shots. But on these spring powered Tri-shots, as the name suggests, Tri-shot, they have 3 barrels, 3 inner barrels, and they fire 3 BBs at once, which is cool. I really enjoy it. Now let's talk about price, and one of the reasons why I like these Tri-shots. These are dirt cheap, the Springer ones. This one's full metal, so it's a little bit more expensive. Anything that's plastic on this replica would be plastic on the real steel, or polymer, and anything that's metal on it will be metal on the real steel. Now they vary in price. You can pay from 35 British pounds for a very cheap short shotgun, all the way up to about £150 for one of these Springers in full metal. So what do you get for your money? Well, if you get a full metal one, you get quite a robust replica. This one maybe not the best example. I've used this loads of times in games, so it has had quite a bit of abuse. Things are starting to work loose on there. There's the odd scratch on the trigger guard and things, but it's full metal, so you know it's built to take it. It's never let me down yet. It works brilliantly. So what your variants normally are is you can get stubby shotguns, which should be about this long. This one's massive, won't even fit into my camera. You can get tactical looking shotguns. You can get ones with rails all over the place, rails on top here. You have more traditional looking Mossberg pumps and that type of thing. Pretty much any real steel pump action shotgun you can think of, you can get a copy of it. I particularly like the Fab Arms ones at the moment, the STF-12s. That's one that I'll be adding to the collection. Again, they do a gas powered variant, I believe, but it'll be the spring Tri-shot that I'm looking at. Now, with this particular replica, I can strongly recommend the Cyma ones. As I say, I've had this one for a number of years. It's been used in loads of woodland skirmishes. It's been dropped, it's been bashed about, it's been used in game. If you watch my gameplay videos of this in use, you'll see what I mean about it having a hefty life. And they last. They're built well, they're good quality, and for the money you pay, it's one of the cheapest replicas you're going to buy. And I would argue that it's one of the most fun replicas that you can buy. What I think we'll do is, before I go into any more details on things I like about this particular replica, is let's just have a quick look round it and see how it looks. So we've had a quick look round it, and you can have a see what you think of it there. I think it's quite an attractive looking replica. They certainly look the part, they look different in the field. You won't see a lot of people, especially in outdoor woodland games, running a shotgun. I do see the odd person running a shotgun at my home site at Magpul Airsoft. And as I say, normally people have great fun with them. So how do they work? Well, you will normally, this one comes included with a number of shotgun cartridges. These cartridges are actually just your magazine. As you can see, there's a small follower on the top of the magazine there. These shotgun shells hold 30 rounds, 30 BBs, and obviously with you firing 3 BBs at once, these are good for 10 shots. There are adapters available for M4 magazines, Stanag style magazines and the like, which allow you to have a lot more shots in your Tri-shot. But I find it's kind of good fun changing these shotgun shells out. Gives it a bit of extra realism. You can get pouches to strap these to yourself and bandoliers, that type of thing. And that's what they run on. So you get 10 shots out of each of those shells. This one comes included with 3 shells. You can buy packs of shells very cheap. Again, they're very affordable. You get multi-packs of these for about the cost of 1 Stanag magazine. You'll get 6 of those. Now obviously you're only talking, you know, 10 shots per cartridge, so it's only 60 shots. But again, you'll find that you don't use as many shots with one of these because you will have to adjust your play style, especially if you're playing outdoors and you're shooting over ranges. Now, range is not an issue with one of these Tri-shots. Well, I've found that it isn't with this particular one, but they are a fixed hop unit. So there is no adjustable hop on these Tri-shot springers. They are a fixed hop up. So it depends on your particular Tri-shot how you'll get on for the weight of BB that it likes. But what I found is they usually prefer one particular weight of BB. Now this particular shotgun, this works best with a 0.25 gram BB. It works really well with 0.25s. I get a huge range on it. The range on it is as far as you would get with an AEG, with a standard electric replica, with 2.5s. It's crazy, really. I mean, the action-wise, they do spread out the free BBs the further away they get, but there is some range on it. The rate of fire on these is only limited to how quick you can pump the shotgun pump there. If you can rack that fast, you can empty one of these in a few seconds. But that does put onto another drawback of one of these shotguns. It does take a bit of strength to rack the pump, because obviously when you rack that pump, you're loading the rounds, but you're also compressing the spring and cocking it, as it were, ready for a shot. There's a cross-draw safety on these, so there is a safety switch. The replica is quite weighty, even with the polymer parts, the polymer stock and the polymer pump. It's still quite a heavy replica. You get a set of open sights included, but there are no rails on this particular one. But like I say, you can get these shotguns with rails, with sights included, with a front grip for an assisting pumping. You can get all sorts on them. This particular one comes with a rubber butt pad. Like I said, they're a really nice replica. They look the part, and for the money that you pay, you're getting a lot of fun. You're getting a lot of bang for your buck, as the expression goes. You're getting a lot of fun for not a lot of cash. And I personally think that yes, you can have a fun game day with a shotgun as primary. It's certainly doable. It's not a problem to try and have a game day with one of these as your primary. Care wise, I'll be honest with you, I've never attempted to strip these down. With the research that I've done, I believe that it is particularly difficult to repair one of these shotguns. So I think pretty much once they've bit the bullet, as it were, once they've died a death, I think that's it. You need to get a new one. I might be wrong. There might be some of you guys out there that have worked on these and you can educate me on it, because as I say, I've never tried to strip this down, but from what I've read online, I think they are very tricky to work on, and it ends up that it's just as easy to buy a new one. And as I say, for the cost that you pay for them, they are very, very affordable. Very, very affordable. You can spend as little as much as you want, but I've seen them starting at around about £35 for a halfway decent one. It'll be full plastic bodied, but it's still going to shoot the same, and it still pretty much looks the same. You can still have good fun with it. So yeah, so I mean, the advantages is they have good range, they're very affordable, they've got 3 rounds coming out in a one, they feel very realistic, and you know, they're just all round great fun. The downer to them is you have to be quite strong to operate the pump. If you've got a younger child or somebody who's quite younger getting into airsoft, it's maybe not an ideal replica, especially this full metal one, because it does weigh a lot, it's quite long, and it is very difficult to rack the pump on them. It gets tiring after a day of gameplay. So I mean, that is a disadvantage. You are going to end up getting quite a workout when you're racking this pump for a lot of shots. Again, a disadvantage again is that they aren't really repairable, and obviously there's no adjustable hop. If you're going to want to carry more rounds, you're going to have to go for a magazine adapter on it. You know, it can get expensive if you're going to start modifying them, I suppose. But I don't think the magazine adapters are too expensive. And like I say, the shotgun shells, I found them more than enough for me. It can be fiddly doing reloads until you really get used to it. Basically, you've got your gate at the bottom there. You open the gate and your shotgun shells go in just like the real thing, which again is very cool. And then when you're ready to reload, you just flick the switch at the back here. That will pop that gate open and your shotgun cartridge should be ejected. It should drop out. So make sure you catch it. Now on to gameplay with one of these. If you are going to look at one of these for woodland games, even CQB games, then do be aware that your playstyle may have to change a little bit. You don't have volume of fire with one of these, so it's better if you can try and get the drop on someone if you're going to use it, if you can catch them by surprise. Defending with one of these is very difficult. An assault roll, certainly, it will work for that, but you're going to have to push. It's got range on it, but that range is really limited because you're working with open sights normally, and the BBs do spread out. So the range is there, but the accuracy, not so much, just like a real shotgun. So it is really more of a close range replica. I think it's certainly fun. It changes it up a bit, and like I say, it looks very, very cool. So yeah, so there you go. That's Tri-shot shotguns. I strongly recommend them. I think they're great. You can certainly have fun on a game day, and if you're on a limited budget and you want to add another replica to your collection, then these are great. They are really good fun. It's just like sniping, really. People say that sniping is not the way to start airsoft, and I agree with that. And I would also say that your first replica probably shouldn't be a shotgun, because again, you're not going to get used to the nuances of playing airsoft using one of these. However, if you're thinking about a change of pace and you've been using an assault replica for a long time and you're rumming around about sniping but don't think you really fancy it, then why not try shotgun? Why not go as a breacher, and charge headlong in? It's certainly got the intimidation factor on the shotgun, and people know that they're going to get hit with more than one round each. It's great from that point of view. They're not firing a heavy amount of joules normally, so they are quite underpowered compared to other replicas, but it doesn't seem to matter. You still get the range, and they are still really good fun. So for me, for between 35 to 150 pounds, depending on which one you get, you ain't going to get much more fun out of one of your replicas than you will with one of these. If you fancy a shotgun, then by all means give it a go with a Tri-shot. Let me know how you get on. If you've got any questions about Tri-shots in general, or about anything to do with the channel, or any questions for me, then do drop me a comment below, and I'll always respond to a comment. Might not get back to you straight away, but I will always respond. If you're fancying one of these, like I say, the video today was just really to say, because of that comment, Tri-shot shotguns, definitely, I recommend them. For the money you pay, great fun. You can't go wrong with one. And as I say, magazines, or shotgun cartridges as they are here, really affordable. You get loads of them. If they break, you can replace them cheap enough. Very low maintenance. No hop up to worry about, no motors. That's another advantage. You've no batteries, no motors, no gears. Nothing really to go wrong so much, apart from the pump mechanism and the spring power. Eventually it's going to wear out, but as I say, I've had this one for years, used it in loads of games, and it's still going strong, apart from looking a little bit beaten up these days. So there you go. That's an introduction to Tri-shot shotguns. If you're going to get one, the things to remember is spend as little or as much as you want, and it's really just dependent on how you want it to look, because there's not really much difference in the way they operate. I can strongly recommend the Cyma series, especially the CM350 series, which is a M870 style replica. Get yourself some spare shotgun cartridges. They're very cheap. You can use any brand you want, New Pro, Turkey or Marui. As long as they're for a spring Tri-shot, they'll work in one of these. Get a size that's appropriate to yourself as well, or one that you like the look of, or has the functions and features that you like, and you're not going to go wrong. You're going to have great fun. Just remember that your play style might have to change a little bit to accommodate the fact that you've got a racket every time you fire. You don't have the full auto. You've got to be prepared for encounters a bit more than you would with one of your assault style replicas, or even a semi-auto pistol. There's no semi on this. You've got to rack that pump every time. So I hope, like me, you like the look of a Tri-shot and you fancy one. As I say, great little replicas, great fun to use. I recommend them. So I hope you liked this video. If you did like it, then please do drop a like on it. If you have any comments for me, as I mentioned earlier, then do drop me a comment below. I look forward to speaking to you. And if you want any more content from myself, then you can find Rock Bottom Airsoft on Facebook and Instagram. There's discussions, pictures and things like that on there, so come and check us out there. But apart from that, I will look forward to seeing you in the next one. Thanks for watching.